Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Fitters Inc. I'm Tony. This is Pete.
Hi, everyone.
We're
We're two fitters, and we're old, and we've probably seen too much, been too many places, but we're here to, I don't know, enlighten life upon people.
help. I think. I think ultimately we want to share some knowledge.
Yes.
Between 60 odd years experience between us.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry. I'll turn sideways so you don't see the grey.
And bounce off a few subjects that are rather important in the mining industry itself these days, and plus other subjects just with general life going on around us these days. There's a lot of pitfalls and drama that come and go in our lives. I feel that sometimes there's a few blokes out there that struggle.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and other blokes don't. Other blokes just do it really well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, some of the young guys out there, you see them, and then they just got success written all over them.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it's either build a bridge and get over it. No, you can't go with that at this present moment in time.
Well, if you're dealing with people our age, I guess, well, I'd
Oh, yeah, I'll go put the kettle on.
but, I mean, I'm pretty much been dedicated underground for my whole career.
Yeah.
You on the other hand, you slipped into the open cut side of things more times than you can poke a stick at.
And marine.
And marine.
And all sorts.
He's had a dabble in the underground side of things.
Yeah.
I can't really say that the mining industry has given me a bad career. I've had an excellent career in the mining industry. You know, over the course of too long, I, like so many people that have been in the industry as long as I have made millions of dollars out of it. And, you know, there's been definite ups, definite downs. It's cost me personally, but it's also enriched me personally. So,
Just on that, Jesus said that you still have his quarter drive. So, yeah, you've been in mining for that long. Yeah.
I got his 10 mil socket.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can wait.
Yeah.
But no, I think. Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much. No, and so I think over the course of a few episodes, I'd like to delve into a few harder subjects and some lighter subjects.
Oh, yeah. There is too many.
Like me buying a catamaran, I'd like to delve into that one. Right?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
No, yeah.
It's not a laughing matter. When is somebody going to take me fucking seriously about this?
When there's a boat actually in the water.
Yeah, well.
It's basically like me in my van too. Yeah.
A nice cup of tea for the audience.
I'm not advertising. Oh, no, I'm advertising someone here. I think we should be putting tape over.
I think what we want to achieve over the course of the next few months is to bounce off a few subjects, get some guests in and see what they have. One of the subjects that I'd like to visit would be men's health or men's health in the mining industry and all the subject matter that goes with that.
Yeah, but don't forget
that's a huge one.
There's women's health as well. So it is just mental health all round. So, yeah.
I don't feel qualified to talk about women's health, but
yeah, hey, look, don't even go there.
But I can definitely associate with men's health.
Yeah.
And the, you know, and particularly blokes our age and the generation we came from. If you got aches and pains, you got pains in places. You don't talk about it. And
That's right.
you put it off, you don't go and see the quack on time, and then it ends up in all kinds of shit. So,
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, it sounds silly. I mean, I've only spent a few years working underground. So when you're working underground, you've got your communal showers, which tends to turn people off quite a lot. But when you're in the communal showers, like if you're standing there and you start groaning and moaning because of you've got something's hurting or etc. like that, trust me, I know it sounds funny, but you've got people which actually, are you okay? Are you okay has been around more than and longer than what you could think, because of, in all honesty, we work together, we're a family, and we spend a lot of time with one another, so we do tend to turn around and go, "Hey, bud, what's up to your sack?" I'm sorry about saying that, but literally, it's we do tend to turn around for some stupid reason.
That's a lot bigger than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing is, we do. It's a funny thing. Mining is it's a community, and it is a family. Because we spend just as much as we do at home as we do bloody with the family that we actually have, the external family as such.
But on what you've just touched on there, another subject that I'd like to visit, obviously later on, would be this exploding phenomena of the singles groups on Facebook. Right.
Oh, no, I can't talk about it. I'm not willing to divulge anything.
So maybe in an episode or two, we can organise with one of them, or maybe even a couple of the admin people from one, maybe even one admin from two different groups.
Yeah.
Get them in there, get their saying, and they get their perspective on how this has come to be, because the old dating sites seem to be dying right off, and it all seems to be singles groups.
Yeah, it's a sharing site at the moment. Yeah.
Well, I personally think it's a lot healthier myself, because it's.
But that's a subject, though, that we can actually roll with.
But I think it's a lot healthier because it's the blokes get to say, "Oi, nah," and
Yeah.
So I think that would be a subject that I'd like to visit, and particularly on the mining industry and how the FIFO guys fit into those sort of groups.
Yeah, totally, definitely.
So,
but we can't just go stick with one gender as well.
No.
I mean, we do have. We do have many agendas, which I'm not willing to go into. But hey, look, we've got many agendas, so there's many fruitful things to go with.
The boys don't have to worry. We'll be discussing a lot of fitter porn.
Yeah.
And
we're only human.
all the shiny stuff that goes with it. I'm just going to say, before we even delve into that subject, boys, before you go to the tool store, make a list, because if you're anything like me and Pete,
shiny,
you walk in, into the tool store and you go,
I need it. Have to have it.
oh fuck, I need everything.
Yeah.
And it's shiny and it's glistening, and you just go,
yeah. And then it's just, please explain when you get home.
Make the list.
Yeah.
Always make the list.
But the other, I don't know, probably the first initial takeoff, I reckon, I can say one thing is the difference between what Metro tells you how wonderful and unicorns and rainbows are just out on the minefield. It is a minefield. And then when you turn up to site, it's like, this wasn't on the brochure. I'm really telling you this. Like, you told me someone will be here to meet me. The only thing that was here was a bus. And I'm not quite sure I'm heading in the right direction because there's 3 sites on this same airport run.
And yeah, I that will be an interesting discussion because you and I have been doing this shit that long now that getting on a plane and flying to site, or driving to,
It's laborious.
driving to site,
Kill me.
driving to site doesn't matter how you're getting there. It's pretty much the same shit in a different bucket.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for the greener ones that are coming on board,
That's the scary point.
that must be, and I can't, and it's impossible for me to remember what that feeling was like.
Oh.
So I'd have to sit down and definitely seek back into the memory files there. These days it's just going to bloody mindside.
Well, as we discussed earlier, was I tell you what, I actually felt like a Jaffa, which was profanity going to come in here. Just another fucking first year. When I started to travel overseas,
Jaffa is just another fucking arsehole.
when I first started travelling overseas,
Hang on, stop.
You get
Stop,
there,
stop.
and it's the same thing.
We need a camera up this end
What for?
because we needed to catch that view of Elliot going. And this is it, people.
Yeah.
Right, so we need to be able to capture Elliot's oh fuck moments
Yeah.
and bring him in on this deal because
Hey, I've got a good
was
idea.
actually cool.
Let's have a to-do list, okay? It's on the to-do list. It will be all organised.
So yes, we are putting a to-do list together and we are trying to go make this as professional as we can.
Yeah.
Not just another pair of idiots gobbing off and talking shit, but dealing with different problems. And actually, I think it's a good idea for us to get some people in and get them talking, maybe even some green-ons.
Yeah. Well, probably the best one is, I don't know. I mean, I've only ever watched YouTube and Faceache and stuff like that, but everyone keeps on gobbing off and going, hit the link below. Well, hey, look, if you like our link, hit the link and talk to us because I can tell you one thing. I mean, 60 years experience, we're fossils. I mean, in all honesty, I parked my Zimmer frame over there and he's actually got the Zoomer, so he's got the electric one. So we have got some experience. Love to hear the feedback.
Hey, El, on that subject, can we do live shows?
Yes, you can.
So do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, if you would have to sort of promote them so that they would
So we sort of advertise that
yeah.
sort of thing?
Yeah.
be like every Friday night or whatever. It's however you want to do it.
I'm sorry, I have to cut in here. Elliot, you've got a sexy voice. Like, thank you very much. Yeah, a bit of Barry White happening there. Sucking my chocolate salty balls. Yes, we have been in it too long.
So, and there's the other one. Like we can do live shows, and we can get questions in from people that, particularly the young fitters that are coming into the trade or stepping out of. Well, they're trying to do a trade upgrade.
Yeah. 2 years, you could be a Power Ranger too. I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and obviously there's other subjects that we need to talk about. Like, obviously, if we're talking about health, we will have to try and delve into women's health. But I think we'll
One step at a time.
definitely maybe get Roz in for that one.
Yeah.
Yep, and get her opinion on how we could. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to. We're not really going to have a lot of input on that one.
No, so you're
What are
going
we going to say? Work out more.
Yeah, and you'll get a backhander.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Geez, your bum looks big. Bang. There you go. That's another fat hair I get. It feels like I'm growing up again.
In other topics, obviously, we'll talk about safety.
Yes. I can get, I was going to say something quite rude, but we'll get a safety person in, which they'll have their input, which is great. Sometimes safety, you think that, I don't need it. Bollocks. You do. There are some things where you do. I mean, like I'm so glad that I've actually got all my appendages, but within 60 years of both of us, I'm pretty damn certain we've had some near misses. So it does come down to
Not
we have
me.
safety for a reason, but on other aspects is safety will have to pull a drawback, I reckon.
Yep. And not to forget new tech. We'll
Oh.
definitely have
Oh,
to talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
new tech.
Love new tech.
Particularly the onset of this
Automation. Yeah.
automation. What about the new 663 bloomin' electric truck?
Yeah.
Things like that. So we got bloomin' Bort Longyear over there trying to build themselves another electric diamond drill, for God's sake.
Yeah, but I mean, don't forget, automation has been around for some years. So, I mean, realistically,
really
everyone's
new
going,
about it.
automation is so cool, it's so up to date. We've been boring holes in the bloody ground, fully automated for years.
Yeah, well,
Honestly.
I was working for Atlas Copco in 2002, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
And we had ABC Total. That was when we actually, Atlas Copco were commissioning their first bit changer.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the first bit changer in the country.
Yeah.
So, but it was also the first L6C in the country as well. So it
But don't forget, I mean,
had ABC Total on it 20 years ago.
But don't forget, like Australia, we sit back and go, oh, check this out. Look, this is fully automated. It's really cool. Like, we can be full remote control dickheads. But it's been out overseas for God knows how long. So
remote control dickhead, is that like anything like a...
I'm not saying anything.
A triple
I'm
A
sorry.
dickhead.
That was a trip up of wording. And but, yeah, honestly, yeah.
So I think we've got a lot to come and we've got a lot to cover. Definitely got a lot to cover.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully we've got some really cool guests in.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe we can talk to some people from the uni
Yeah, definitely.
and see what the young engineers are thinking up these days. That'd be really interesting.
I think you find they're on witness protection at the moment because of. I'd hate to be an engineer because of if me being a fitter, most people are on witness protection because if they turn around and say I'm an engineer, then I'm probably going to follow you home. If you've ever worked on any of the equipment that we have, and I mean we've got a very vast
and we've got
spectrum.
and you've got to remember that when they're building these machines, it's not just the mechanical engineers that are involved; it's the electrical engineers, it's the sound engineers.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into designing one of these bits of kit.
Yeah.
I mean, how many resources would they have involved to build a fully electric or battery truck?
2.
Probably.
Yeah. yeah.
But
yeah. That's right.
It'll get
Someone
there.
who can use Lego, and the other
Now-
one.
No, and this is where we got to get these young fellas in and find out. Obviously, like the poor old engineer.
Oh, you're sticking up for him now.
Well, they do. Cop
I know
a bit
where
of
you
shit.
live.
They do cop. They do cop a bit of shit, like particularly mining engineers, but on mechanical engineers, I've said a few very choice phrases
Yeah.
in myself in the past.
Like, I love you. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to.
I don't think that covers.
Yeah.
anything, no.
I'm just leaving bleep, 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 bleep after that. Yeah.
I honestly think that if we get someone in like that and get their view on it, because
Perspective, yeah.
there's obviously two sides to every coin, and the 20-cent piece has to change.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Can't fit Charlie's ears on it. So we have to make it bigger.
yeah.
So, and
So what's to come itself is I'm hoping that we skim across pretty much everything that people need to know, especially these days. Like, they are advertising, go work in the mines. We've got so many people working in the mines. They're coming from hairdressers, they're bankers, they're bloody lawnmower mechanics, they are everything. And that's, hey, look, in all honesty, people do need to be out there.
Sometimes, the best part.
But how'd you start out? I'm pretty damn certain
I started out as a first-year apprentice.
Yeah, you were hatched and just turned around and said, yeah, okay, I'm going to be a bloody miner?
If you talk to my sisters, I'm pretty sure they'll say I was hatched, but...
But did you come out and go, I'm going to be a miner, and that's bloody it?
No, it was pretty much a default thing
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
I sort of fell into it.
And that's what I mean. Right now,
Actually,
I'd hate to tell you, but the big point that is actually trying to get everyone into mining, yep, everyone, you guessed it. Money talks, bullshit walks. And in all honesty, it is bloody true. But it is solitary. It is, you have to be able to deal with, as we discussed just prior, which is there is a stepping stone to mining. You think that you turn up there and there's unicorns and rainbows. There's dust, there's bloody flies, and that's the two big things. And flies, you'll get to learn to love. They taste so good.
No flies underground, buddy.
Yeah, bollocks. I've dropped off a few down there.
Well, we've always done that.
And moths.
Fenfish jumbo operators pissed you off, saying. But they got enclosed cabs now. They can hide themselves from them.
Yeah.
But, I think there's some really hot topics that we're going to touch on. And if we go live with a couple of those hot topics, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some people either calling us A-grade dickheads or, agreeing with what we've got to say. But
I hope it's dickheads because I actually enjoy that.
I'd like to involve everybody else in this.
Yeah.
To see what they've got to say, because there's only you and me sitting here.
That's exactly right.
So Elliot, how many people in the country?
Oodles.
25 million.
25 million.
Yeah, I think we're at 25 million.
Yeah.
So out of them, it's 50-odd percent, 40-odd percent working in the mining industry.
If.
So, yeah, there's a lot of other opinions out there. I'm not going to go into numbers because I can't count that high. However,
I can't spell, so we're on the same boat.
there's a lot of people who work underground. There's a gazillion and 1 jillion, billion people that work in open cut mining. So, hopefully, with a couple of live podcasts, we get some questions in and we get some comments.
Yeah.
So
it should be a hoot. I mean, it'll come down to feedback from both your side and our side. And I mean, it was stated we're only putting input in from our experience. And I mean, as I keep on saying, like, we're too old. And we're
too
actually
old.
turning around. Too old. Take that in a different aspect, okay? We are two older people who have been in the mining, and it's sometimes the positive feedback can be it can just spark something. Give them a look forward to. Yeah. We don't want anyone just jumping into a bloody pond and trying to swim. I mean, we did it, and it was fun at first, but Geez, it got long in the tooth pretty quick.
Fucking hurts
Especially
now.
being a contractor, you're just going from one hole in the ground to the other, and yeah, you just go.
I met and I'm going to go right ahead and say that I've met some fantastic people during the course of my career.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I've also
there's a few people that
buried a few too. Yeah,
no. Obviously, there's every place you work, there's going to be one or two people that you don't necessarily get along with. And I'm pretty damn certain there's some people out there that just don't like me. So,
yeah, that's right. That's why I'm sitting this far away.
I mean, still in arm's reach, champ.
Yeah.
So,
You're old and slow.
I'd like to think of myself more as Rocky.
Yeah,
Like in like the 19th, whatever the last one was, when he said, "You're too old and slow, so the only thing you can really affect now is blunt force trauma."
yeah, that's right.
So,
Yeah,
moving forward into the season, we're obviously going to, as we talk about things, there's obviously more subjects that are going to come up, and with our esteemed producer, Elliot, we should be able to pull this off, I think.
well, I
So,
bloody hope so. Yeah.
until next time, hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Be safe.